Uh, I'll come out here and put something out. So I address all the little butthurt people real quick. Make it short, sweet, or it might be a few minutes. But I'm just going to tell you, whoever you are, you know, if you text them, off here, don't be doing it no more. Like I said, there ain't but a few people gets on here. Yeah, I ain't trying to be rude or mean, but you don't know what our situation is. You might think you do, and you might honestly think that your prayer doesn't need nothing. Well, I could say the same for you. I could say you don't need the kids you got, you don't need the wife you got, you don't need the family you got either. Trust me, I can get down nasty. I'm not looking for that out here. I'm not dependent on the internet. I told my wife, and I specifically told people the other day, and this ain't directed toward anybody that might be on the subscriber list, just so everybody know. But I said, I told my wife plainly, and I'm telling you guys now, we're going to have to let things come as they may. If it comes, it comes. If it don't, it don't. But I'm certain that if the feller just kind of lets things go, like I told her earlier, me and her talk about it sometimes, but the family stuff just got to go. It's no good. There's no need to hang on to it. And it is what it is, and it's just no good. She has emotional things. I do too. Everybody does. So if you're one of them out here who just got through doing that, don't make me have to get and pick you apart, because I can tell you where there's faults that I've got and my wife's got. Well, you got something too, something similar to one of our faults. So whether it's misspelling a word or whatever issues you got, it may be something much worse than what we got. Might be like this one we had out here that's fucking unknowingly crack whore out here. We got stuck with, had all kinds of troubles. And we didn't know till later. Beside the point, we're not, I told my wife there's several truths to this, and I'm going to lay it all out here. There's not a good population out here in Decatur, Tennessee, number one. Number two, there's an age gap, okay? I've told her you've got all kinds of kids from the ages of 5 all the way up to probably around 19, 20 years old that goes out here, goes to some kind of school or Head Start. But we're not that age anymore. We're not old, but we're not that age. And the thing of it is, there's not a lot out here to do out in Decatur, Tennessee. Anybody that's been out here for any length of time, not just to visit, but anybody that's been out here any length of time knows what me and my wife would know. And I'm not saying it's the most boring place to be, but it's not the most glamorous place, but it is nice if you want to come out here. And if you want to come out here because, let's see, number one, the rent's cheaper. Property, stuff like that. There's not that much crime rate around here. So, it's very small. We don't get tornadoes. We don't get snowstorms like most of you people do. Most of you people up there year-round get a tornado, or within the year you get your house blown away, you get your freaking shit tossed to garbage. Something happens to you. So for everything that, y'all got in most of y'all's places and states. We're lucky to have that here. I wouldn't want to move away from here if I had a choice. You know, it's one of those places that weather-wise you don't have to worry about much of nothing. And the very few times I have seen it in 30-something years I've been here, it ain't been very many. Less than 10 times since I've been here. How many of you out there in YouTube land or anywhere else can say that? Not many of them. So, I'm not going to get all pissed off or upset about it, but I'm going to let you know you're not going to make us any more less determined to find something or it find us as it would be. Y'all are just jealous because you know it might happen. If anybody needs to grow up, it's all of you people out there using all this stuff on the news. It's saying all these hurtful things, saying you won't come around because there's a virus out there, or you won't come around just because you don't feel like it, or you just got your own agenda. Whoever you are out there, I've tried to be nice, do some short, sweet videos. I don't generally come out here and put something out no more because most of you guys don't know how to come on here and say much. When I do get something or my wife gets something, everybody has an emotional moment once in a while. Let's see, I'll hit a nerve with this one. How about when you ladies out there have a period? Don't you just cry and moan and go on and go on? Huh? All the yins out there, let's see, and throw fits for no reason. Most time you got emotional issues at Dr. Phil and let me see how many other them fucking people on here on TV. I could sit here and name me about 4 or 5 of them. And yet it's where you all would be because somebody that cheats on you, does something to you. And for the men out there, if it's a man, you ain't got no horse in it. So, our emotions are different, but I have seen good and bad. Mostly bad, but I have seen a few times where a woman can actually be, a good person and, and actually handle herself like someone. We're not out here to take ends up on anything. I do this for the hell of it, for just something to do. We're the one that does our own chores at the house. I cooked, me and my wife some Thanksgiving dinner, but nobody that I don't know, my wife doesn't know, we're not worried about. We know that our something's out here somewhere. It's just going to take just a little bit of time. And like I said, it has to be somebody that's specially picked out or, out like my wife was. I'm just saying, as far as me or her, going up to anybody's doors or hanging around at the apartment complexes or anything like that. My wife had 1 or 2 up there, but no, it's, ain't gonna be any more of that. There ain't gonna be no more people coming up to us in the stores, gossipers, me and my wife's gonna start putting her foot down at that. Don't want to hear about your gossip. Don't want to hear about all your problems, any kids and all that stuff. You don't do anything regularly anyway. What we're looking for is something only for us, and whoever that person is knows that they'll want something that we're offering. And they know what the offer is because they won't have to ask twice. and you won't have to go over everything quite so much. They'll already know what's there and what to expect. We do this stuff at home. We don't put it out there on anything. We kind of put it out here, but you guys are ones that don't have a goddamn picture, don't have no freaking, you do put a name out there, but you could be anybody. At least me and my wife puts a video out. At least my videos get something done around here, you know. Somebody was too lazy to put a flag up at the church. I put a video out here. It was done within the next day or so. And I put a video out talking about these people down here that used to be down here in these dang trailers full of drunks and drug addicts and everything else. So I fixed that. They didn't like it, but I fixed it. I told them if they had places to stay, they needed to stay up there. You don't need them down here. So I'm not handing out stuff, tools and stuff and water and whatever else, no. It don't work that way. You got to earn it. Just like a lot of you people, I'm only doing this video one time. Not doing another one. Why, when this is out there, you'll know, don't waste your time. If you're going to be rude, you don't need to waste your time. Well, it ain't going to help you get nowhere. My wife and I sometimes have things just like all men and women do, like all people do at times. Even a man will cry at times. A woman is more likely to show that more often, more times than not. But yeah, what we're doing on here is mainly putting a list of some things, updating our list, or watching some things, or whatever. I'm usually on. Me and my wife usually listen to her music or something, watching her TV at home. Yeah, we might be generous enough to put a short video out once in a while, but she knows just like I know. Y'all, most of y'all on here just don't have it in to do anything right by the book. It's probably sitting on your phones right now, probably texting somebody. You probably went over to Thanksgiving places where you had your little dinners. I probably convict a bunch of you. Probably went over just to be looked at, nothing else. Sitting there on your phone doodling. So I've seen it in person. I've seen my wife's people do it. I've seen some people even out in stores can't seem to put their damn phones down long enough to freaking shop. You don't need 10,000 people up your ass and somebody constantly texting you. I have stated many times out here before, the only thing you need a phone for is for emergencies, for your workplace, or if you got a doctor appointment. I use mine for Cetra. My wife might call me. She's running the errand for me real quick, or something. But we're not using our phones. And this unicorn bestie, whoever she is, black, white, mixed, whatever, she'll be the only one that knows. There ain't gonna be no secrets to be had. There ain't but me and my wife here, so there ain't gonna be anything in the way, no extra BS. What they see is what they'll get. And I promise you, as I've told my wife already, she's listening to this right now, you won't have to do anything. They'll already be aware of what they're there for. But when you go trying to look for something, sometimes, or just kind of put stuff out there, people start saying, Oh, what do you want? What are you looking for? I put it out there. They just don't read it. They don't look at it. I told my wife every time I get on one of them things, that's what they say.
Yep.
Indians act like you tell her that that you don't know what the reason you don't know because you don't read it. That's why. That's easy. But I've told my wife many times, 10, 11, 12 years ago, there's still things that were okay. Things that you could do, on certain things. It wasn't all in a wreck like it is now with all this new modern junk where people wants to get on camera and have a
conversation,
a sex video, or somebody might want to just video chat. And there ain't but one way that I work and the way my wife works, and that it's better to do stuff in person. It's just better. The experience would be a lot better. Video is just somebody behind a TV screen, behind a phone screen, or whatever screen you're on, and you just, it's nothing to it. It makes it much easier and much better if you can see somebody in person. That's how you have a good conversation. I can adapt if they're out on a thing, or like I said, if my wife's out or she's out running there. Instead of texting her most of the time, I'd rather just call her. Makes it a lot easier. But yeah, I mean, other than that, if I can help it at all times, me and my wife like to do things in person. But yeah, we've had a few chances here and there. Just things didn't line up. Like I said, if there's anything to learn from it, it's just without telling anybody, just keep things to yourself. Pray about it at night. Think about it in your head. And sometimes you have things in your mind, and sometimes there's something that tells you. Like my wife the other day found one of these totes out there, out by the house. And I said, it could be a sign of something. You never know. Just something as simple as that. There might be a reason. But it's not every day you see that. So it might just be some kind of clue. Maybe not, but there's a good chance it might be. But that's why I come out and we talk about things. I don't know. You ain't gonna stir us up. You ain't gonna get under our skin. But we're just gonna put this out here and tell you, don't even bother, because you're just those jealous people that like to try to make things worse on others. You don't even have a clue. You don't even know. You don't even know what it's like to be in our shoes, possibly. And if you did, you wouldn't be attacking us. Like I told my wife, it's I told her it'd be one thing if there was somebody, like I said, somebody in our shoes that could kind of relate to us, had some kind of, maybe they had some kind of handicap, but they was like us. They could walk around fine and they could do all kinds of things. But maybe if I ever find something like that, maybe that might be something that feller could. And I told her, I said it might be something like that, instead of finding somebody with a lot of stuff, maybe somebody that has something similar to us, and that has got the things that we got in common, plus basically what we're looking for, all that in common. Then there's not really much else you could ask for or hope for. It's just, like I said, it's going to take a little while, but come hell or high water, and creek don't rise, and things don't get too bad here, we'll stick it out here till we find or till it finds us. I know it's out there somewhere. We ain't gonna have to travel. We ain't gonna have to go any extra miles. Ain't gonna have to pay no cars or tabs or the cards and the money and all that stuff. I mean, if it's somebody that's been touched, it's been you know you know comes out of nowhere and says they don't normally come here, but they were sent, or something along those lines. I mean, you'll know because it'll be unlike anything that you ever meet. And all that I'm saying is, I know there's more people like us out there, but to those jerks that are on here trying to, poke the bear or trying to, you know, if it was somebody in front of me, it'd be a lot different. But I'm not going to worry about something behind me or my wife's back, behind the TV screen or, texting or calling on a phone. I shut that stuff down quick. But no, I just thought I'd come out here and explain that, yeah, y'all are a lot of these that'll be jealous when that somebody does show up, and y'all be probably a few of them out here that won't want to understand it, but there is somebody probably out there. Like I said, it's just this ain't an everyday thing. It don't happen every day. It's not easy, but if you do things the right way, usually in the end, you usually end up getting it and finding it somehow or another. Whether it finds you or you find it somehow. Maybe we're put in the place that somebody's sitting over there and something, is put there for a reason. It could be one of my rare appointment runs or something. Who knows? But in this day and time, I believe just like anybody else, like I said, whether it was a job that somebody wanted, whether it was something else, all you gotta do is, sometimes if you've tried to do it the other ways, sometimes just kind of praying out loud and having it in your own mind, things happen sometimes, so, but, we're not bothered by you. So, like I said, it ain't worth their time. But, the good people out there, hope you had a good Thanksgiving if they're anybody good. But, no, we're just trying to make sure everybody
calms their little britches down.
Gets this through their head. My wife, she does what everybody else would have done. And she has feelings like all of you do. And you'll regret doing that sooner or later. Because y'all that say you won't, well, life's not a thing that you can have forever, but you can have a pretty good long one and a good long healthy one at times. So if you're one of those lucky few, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you who, doing what you're trying to do a while ago, or whoever this was, I don't know who it was, but anyway. But, well, like I said, she's probably one of them that's sitting there begging on the street for wanting her some money or something because she wouldn't like. Well, people wouldn't like it if I went out there and told them they didn't deserve this or that. They wouldn't like what I would have had to say. I mean, I always tell people, try me in person because I can really be I can really get down nasty. But, these people it's these same people that are butthurt. They don't have no reasons to exist or have any good things to say, that they shouldn't even be here. Well, this is a one time deal, one time offer. I know there's nobody on YouTube. Y'all don't even put real pictures up, so I ain't really worried about it. So y'all could say you're a woman and be a man, or vice versa, or whatever. You could be anything. But at least I can say I got a picture out here, and I make live videos from time to time. So that's more than I can say for most of you. So anyway, I'm gonna get off here now. But all the good ones will come back on sometime later, hopefully under better circumstances.